On my kicker tonight, I am reminded of a small story about a massive fire that burned down the British Parliament in about 186 years ago tonight. English novelist Charles Dickens narrated how a fierce fire on the night of October 16, 1834, reduced the Houses of Lords and Commons in London to ashes. The fire was started by some ancient counting devices known as tally sticks. The sticks that were no longer useful at the time of the fire were supposed to be removed from the Houses of Parliament and destroyed. But the deep traditions of the Houses of Parliament dictated that the tally sticks be burned in an environment of absolute privacy and confidentiality. So, the sticks were taken to a private stove in the House of Lords for burning. But the flaming wooden sticks passed the fire to the wood paneling of the House of Lords. And the rest of the story, a huge heap of ashes over the Houses of Parliament. I think of that London fire because tonight there is a figurative equivalent in progress in the Houses of Parliament in Nairobi. But Kenyan members of the National Assembly and the Senate are not telling Kenyans about the tally sticks. They are instead warning of apocalypse. Following an advice from the Chief Justice David Maraga that the Houses of Parliament be dissolved. Now, I'm neither for nor against the dissolution of Parliament, but I am all for the London tally sticks, the real trigger to the so-called crisis in the Houses of Parliament in Nairobi tonight. And there are plenty, the 2/3 gender rule being just a tip of one of the tally sticks. The chorus of self-righteous indignation by members of Parliament points at a state of confusion and a culture of shock for a class of Kenyans not used to being held accountable. Maraga's dissolution declaration is a rude assault on the deep-seated traditions resting on a backbone of impunity tally sticks. Some members of Parliament are now calling Chief Justice Maraga names because they sincerely believe they are untouchable and that dissolution of Parliament is an unthinkable abomination that would bring the skies falling down over Kenya. False, wrong, plain lie. Do not believe them. And here is why. First, members of Parliament must blame themselves for the difficulty they find themselves in tonight. Neither Chief Justice Maraga nor the Constitution of Kenya 2010 is to blame. Sudden dissolution of Parliament is the prescribed consequence for Parliament's failure to legislate on the 2/3 gender rule. But impunity tally sticks, some of them acquired over the last 2 terms, had seen this Parliament approach issues of law with an air of invincibility and utter impunity. Hence the shock that is greeting Maraga's daring advisory. Yet, it is that air of invincibility, hints of the untouchable, that should trouble Kenyans about the reaction of members of Parliament to the recommended dissolution of Houses of Parliament. Dissolution is essentially an accountability measure, and the Constitution bears it as the consequence awaiting Parliament's failure to fulfill its obligations. It is a healthy trend of democratic practice to dissolve an errant Parliament or recall a failing leader. And no MP should get away with the lie that dissolving Parliament presents a crisis. What crisis? In conclusion, let me reluctantly go back to the analogy of fires, and I'm reminded of demonstrations in the West African nation of Burkina Faso in 2014. Members of Parliament of that nation had voted to change their constitution to extend the rule of the then President Blaise Compaoré, something that led to violent demonstrations in the capital, Ouagadougou. Protesters set Parliament on fire, and President Compaoré fled to exile. It is instructive to note that in the London fire of 1834 and the Burkina Faso Inferno of 2014, Parliament had itself entirely to blame. That is my kicker.